Good day, viewers. Walter here. Gonna make a little dump run today. I thought I'd do a vlog. I brought the Windex out with me. Before I leave here, I'm gonna make a little stab at cleaning my windshield off a little bit, so when I stick my camera up there, it won't look so bad. Oh, I'm walking around holding this trash without putting it in the car. You ever wonder why I don't put it in the back here? That's an unfinished project. I can't get it unlocked, and you need to rip all the line out of the door to get it fixed. I hope everybody's dealing all right with this heat we're having. I got out here the other day and took this truck. It was full of trash from out there at the garden area. A lot of things I had picked up and accumulated. And I about got overheated trying to get all that stuff out of there. You can see I didn't sweep it out. By the time I got all that junk unloaded out of this truck, I was ready to quit. I've spent the last few days pretty well corralled in the house. I'll get back with here in just a minute. I got a couple of things I wanted to talk about. But let me break for a minute while I clean this windshield. All right, I got the air conditioner on low, so maybe I can talk without being drowned out by the fan motor. I hope it's not bothering the video too bad. I just got through talking to you about the heat out here. And then I turned around and tried to wash my windshield with Windex. With a couple paper towels. I didn't realize that Windex is hotter than a frying pan. So I didn't do too good a job of wiping off the window. I got the inside and outside wiped off a little bit. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit today, more on what things are worth. And if you can't get what you want for that product, will you part with it for less? Or are you going to hang on to it? I'm of a mind that if I don't get what I want for something, once I've made up my mind, I sure won't cut my prices. You figure I've already cut my prices to unload it to somebody for a deal to start with. Unload might be a bad term. Sell is better to say. I don't sell a lot of things, but occasionally when I get ready to sell something, I'd like to get what I asked for it. Anyway, what brought this subject to mind, I was watching one of my fellow YouTubers' videos this morning. Real McCoy, Mike McCoy out there, up yonder, I should say. He lives farther north than I do. He's trying to sell his sawmill for health reasons and for, you know, getting on to retirement age, and he's just ready to cash in his equipment and try to make a different way of going about getting by, you know. So he decided he was going to sell his sawmill. And he was talking about the different prices. Now, I'm not one to buy a sawmill. You might be. But, Mike pointed out a couple things and made me think of a story today. First of all, I don't know the value of different equipment, but somebody that owns it would know the value of that stuff. I know it's got a nice whole lot of equipment for sale. But he pointed out he had I don't remember what it was now, a truck or a piece of equipment or a log loader or something that he wanted. I'm just going to say the price was $6,500 or something. And he said if he can't get that price, he would just hang on to it. He wasn't going to let it go for any less. He's a man after my own way of thinking. I'll give you an example. Some years ago, I had a Ford customized van. It was had a few years on it, but I went and we had a pretty good amount of money to live off then, and I was kind of free of spending my money. Now that I'm retired, I wish I'd have hung on to some of it. But I took that Ford customized van. It was a full-size van. I rebuilt the engine, paint job was getting kind of poor shape. So I spent several months sanding it down, getting ready to paint, doing the body work on it and stuff. I did a lot of work on it. Took it to a paint and body shop and put over a $1,000 paint job on it. I'm talking about a candy apple red, pretty paint job on that vehicle, and it came out nice. Well, I took it to a customizing guy that customized vans, ripped all the customizing. It had naugahyde in it and some other seats. I took all the seats out, took all the carpet and everything out, and completely redid the lining on the walls with cloth type fabric that's designed especially for customized vans, and it was of a red color, and we had red and gray trim inside it, curtains and the whole works. Went and spent, oh, I don't know, it must have been close to $1,000 or more for 4 new captain's chairs to put in it, and put them in there. Had the front seat reupholstered. No, the front seat was bucket seats too. Anyway, the point is I spent a lot of money on that customized van. Well, I got a new pickup truck, which I still have now, the 94. You've seen it. In fact, you saw it a while ago when I was talking about going to the dump. Well, I parked it out in the front yard and put a for sale sign on it. Here come people wanting to buy it. A lot of people stopped and looked at it. I let a few people test drive it. Let me stop the story right here. I gotta get on market track. Alright, let me get back to my story here a little bit. I forget exactly how much I wanted for the van now. It's been good many years ago. But it had value to me, and what I determined it was worth. And I was letting it go for a steal. I mean, well, let's say I wanted $3,500. I don't remember exactly what it was I asked for it now. At that time, you know, you couldn't buy a new customized Ford van for less than $30,000. And mine looked just like a new one. Even had new tires on it. Well, nobody was buying it. Nobody wanted to pay that price. I said, well, I'll just hang on to it then. And a couple of days later, a fella came by the house and said, I thought that van was for sale. I said, no, I took the sign back out of it. I'll sell it if you want to buy it. And I told him what I wanted for it. He said, I'll take it. You know, he test drove it and everything. I'll take it. I said, well, bring me the money and you can ride. Well, him and his wife went off, and wasn't long. They come back. Now, I don't remember the exact price. I'm just using $3,500 for an example. But he had like $3,000 in hundreds. It looked like a big wad of money when you see them hundreds. He brought it all to cash, and I counted it out, and it was $500 short. No, mister, I told you I wanted $3,500 for this thing. See, my eyeballs lit up a little bit when I seen all them hundreds, and that's what he was depending on. A lot of people would have just said, okay, I'll take these. But I just felt like that fellow was already trying to rip me off when I was giving him a really good deal. So I said, no, I don't think so. You just go find you another van somewhere else. My van ain't for sale. And he reached in his shirt pocket and pulled out the other $500. He said, you can't blame a fella for trying. Well, no, I can't. But, you know, my mama didn't raise no fools, and with somebody trying to take advantage of me, I usually won't go for it. As it went then, I needed to get rid of it, and I needed the money. So I sold it to him. I've seen it over the years a good many times. He didn't live too far from here. And he kept in pretty good shape for a long time. I don't know if he still owns it or not. But it's just a nerve of somebody to try to pull that stunt on me. Now, a lot of my viewers have noticed I got a couple of old cars out in the backyard. I set a value on them. When you go to trade your car in, when you buy a new car, by the way, this man wasn't new. I bought it on eBay. It was used. But my pickup truck, when I bought it, it was new. And in fact, that's why I went sold my own customized van, was because the Ford dealer didn't want to give me what I wanted for it for a trade-in. They want you to come down there and give them your used car practically for nothing, and then finance your new car, and you're financing almost as much as you would have if you hadn't even had a trade-in. But people can't see that. They're being played for a fool. I said, I'll buy your truck, but we're gonna finance it without a trade-in. I can sell this thing sitting in my front yard, and I did. So, you know, the car sit out there. Let's take that old Buick I got sitting out in the backyard in 1990. Not Buick, Oldsmobile Cutlass. It was a running car. There wasn't a whole lot wrong with it. I imagine it's got a lot of problems now from sitting out there the last 10 years. If somebody don't want to give me what I want for my vehicle, I'll let it sit and rot. And that's what Mike was talking about on his truck. If they don't want to give him $6,500 for what he said, he'd just hang on to it. Well, a couple years ago, I got the notion, well, we need to get rid of this junky car out in the backyard. I got another old car out there in 1969 Ford Fairlane. That's my wife's car. It was a running vehicle too when we parked it. Now it's rat infested and everything else. But things has a value to me that, you know, I'm just not going to give things away. Well, a couple of years ago, I decided I'll call a junkyard, and I'll let it go for $300 or $400 on this automobile. Somebody wants to come and get it. I know I can go on eBay and sell individual parts and get a whole lot more than that. I imagine there's a lot of people out there customizing an old Oldsmobile, needs a door or a windshield or a part. Anyway, I call this we buy used cars deal, and his first words out of their mouth was, "What year is it?" This is 1990. Oh, we don't take cars that old. I guess a lot of people would just say, come and get it for free. I told him what, he could kiss, and went on about my business. And then I decided I'd donate it. I'll donate it to PBS TV. They take used cars for trade-in. I'll just give it to them. Call them up and say, you want this old car? You've been advertising on TV. You want cars? Come and get it. No, what? When you found out what year it was, they couldn't be bothered. So the whole thing was a lie. They was the same people trying to buy cars and resell them. So my cars will sit in the backyard. The hell freezes over and rot, or until I decide to sell them for parts. I live out here in the country, and I don't give a toot what it looks like out there in the back. Just the principle of the thing, I ain't going to get used. Anyway, my mama didn't raise no fools. I'm home, and I'm going to conclude my vlog now. What's your opinion on just giving your stuff away because somebody don't want to give you what it's worth? This Pwalpar. Oh, by the way, y'all go over and check out old Mike McCoy's channel. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. This Pwalpar signing off.